What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, the Sports Doctor Spock, Mickey Coleman, and that right there is Skip Bayless, and he had a lot of interesting things to say about my man Shedeur Sanders, who looked great in his debut against the Carolina Panthers. His first start, his first preseason start, Friday night. Shedeur earlier this week was listed as the number 4 QB in Cleveland, but maybe after this game, we'll see that may change. So, without any further wait, let's see what Skip Bayless has to say about this situation. Now, Sador, with 14 of 23, 138 yards and 2 TDs with a passing rating of 106.8, I believe, or 108.6. One or the other. Very good passing rating, very good QBR for his first game. A fifth round pick, which is a joke, but he was a fifth round pick. And he looked very poised his first game. And let's see what my man Skip Bayless right here has to say about this.
Tonight, Shedeur Sanders made the entire National Football League look like a whole bunch of petty fools. In some cases, racist fools. In many cases, Dion despising fools. Tonight at Carolina, Shedeur Sanders made all those teams that had 143 chances to draft him before he went 144th. He shamed all of them, including the Cleveland Browns, who finally took him in the 5th round. I'm convinced only because the owner, the publicity-starved owner, just wanted some more shock value publicity. Oh, we took him because he knew what would happen, that the national media would descend on Browns camp, make it a story that might distract the.
He's right. And he said in some cases racist, most cases it was racist. They say they didn't like his so-called attitude. And I'm going to say this, whenever a black man walks with any type of confidence or goes into the media and sticks up for himself, a lot of white racists find it very off-putting, to say the least. And unfortunately, the Sador made a lot of these NFL owners ignore his talent and look at his so-called attitude, which this kid is one of the most humble people that I actually see. If I'm gonna be honest, if I'm being honest. But anyway, let's get back into the video.
The rest of the world from the mess that Jimmy Haslam has made of the Cleveland Browns, especially after he gave $230 million to Deshaun Watson.
Commercials.
Good Lord, have mercy. I said before last college season started that Shedeur Sanders should go number 1 overall. It was either he or Travis, 1, 2, 2, 1, and I would go every time with the quarterback because he is the quarterback.
No, I believe Cam Ward honestly might be just a little bit better than Shedeur Sanders. But Shedeur Sanders, besides Cam Ward, and you can argue, and this is arguable, besides Cam Ward, was at least the second best quarterback picked in that draft, and he went number 5. He's better than every other quarterback for sure that was picked ahead of him, including his own teammate that was picked in the 3rd round.
He is him. He is the son of the greatest cornerback and, to me, the greatest athlete ever. Greatness flows through his veins, and I said it all year long. He should go 1 in the draft ahead of Cam Ward. My friend Mel Kiper began to echo, not me, but just echo that emotion, that point of view.
Mel Kiper said draft night that he don't believe that the guys in the NFL scouts, and NFL players know. He actually said this. They don't know how to evaluate quarterbacks. He was shocked at the draft. I actually watched him say that.
I had Mel on my show, the Skip Bayless show, ahead of the draft, and Mel stood tall and strong for Shedeur, preached to my choir, and as I preached to Mel's choir, then Mel went off on draft night when he slid and failed to be taken by the entire National Football League, including Tom Brady's team. What was it, 5 times? Tom Brady's Raiders could have drafted him. You can't tell me that Tom Brady didn't say no to Shedeur. They didn't like his attitude. They didn't like his interviews. And I kept saying, watch the freaking tape. You could just watch it on TV. As you saw again tonight, I was not at all surprised by tonight at Carolina. Shedeur can flat out play the hardest position in sports to play. He can.
Now, it is just the first preseason game, but he still looked pretty good. And I'm not just talking about his stats. His stats were honestly decent to good. But the poise, the decision making, you got to remember, he was getting third and fourth team reps. So he wasn't really getting reps like that in training camp because they looked at him as the number 4 QB. I wonder if that's going to change now. I wonder. But his body language, how his team responded to him, all these things for his very first game and the 5th round pick, he looked excellent. I'm not just talking about his stats. He looked like he was in command of that offense. He looked like he was in command of the people around him. His players, his teammates responded to him well. So hopefully he'll move up that depth chart. But it's a few teams that he need to be starting for, but they all passed on him.
Flat out play quarterback with poise and command and touch and accuracy and toughness and clutch toughness. There was no tougher quarterback in America the last 2 years.
Do you have it or you don't?
Because he played for Colorado with little to no protection the first year and only below average protection last year. Shedeur took a beating and just kept jumping up and making another completion. He led the nation in percentage of completions. He led the nation. And I kept saying, what is not to love about Shedeur?
I don't usually agree with Skip Bayless, but I'm feeling you right now, Skip. You know, you've done things I didn't agree with. Like when you told Shannon Sharp, put your glasses back on. Ooh-wee. I know it took Shannon every bit of patience he had not to snatch your ass across that desk. Ooh-wee. I was feeling it for him. I was like, oh no. I wanted to grab you and pull you through the TV and start whooping your ass. But here you are absolutely right, in my opinion. What do you guys think? How well do you think Shedeur Sanders will do his rookie year? Leave the comments in the comment section, please. All you football fans, just leave the comments. Let's talk about
arm strength. Are you kidding? Did you watch him at Colorado? He has effortless arm strength. He doesn't have like a Josh Allen cannon, but who does? Did Tom Brady? Heck no. Shedeur, sometimes mentored by Tom Brady. I think that was all for show on Brady's part, but sometimes mentored by Brady, actually reminds me of Brady in his feel for playing.
Ooh, you know this dude is in love with Tom Brady. What? Mm. You said he reminds you of Tom Brady? I don't know about that yet. He kind of I tell you, he reminds me of Jared Goff. Just the kind of throws he makes, the accuracy, even though the good decisions, even though he did throw like 6 interceptions, like twice this year, one in a playoff game. But for the most of the time, he's very accurate. He makes good decisions, and he can go downfield if he needs to. His arm is good enough. Like you said, who in the league throws like Josh Allen? But his arm is good enough to help any team.
Playing the position tonight didn't surprise me at all because Shedeur Sanders thrown into the fire for the Cleveland Browns, who now have 6 quarterbacks in camp, but only 2 healthy? Tyler Huntley and Shedeur. They had to play Shedeur because they had no choice. And you can't tell me that Kevin Stefanski, it sort of reminded me of John Elway and John Fox back in 2011 with the Tebow that they did not want. They inherited Tebow from the Josh McDaniels regime. Josh took him 5th overall. I said I'd take him at the bottom of the first round, just let him run his college offense, and he will win games, will Tim Tebow.
It wouldn't work.
And in his second year,
did for a short time, but it wouldn't work.
After the team fell to 1-4 and they didn't have any other choice, they sort of said, well, let's let him play at Miami. He'll fall on his face mask, and then we can tell all those Tebow zealots out there, we gave him his chance. He can't play. It's over. And Tebow goes down and wins it in overtime in Miami, and the rest is obviously AFC West history because he took those Denver Broncos all the way to the AFC West title. And Shedeur is much more talented than Tim Tebow. Tebow was a force of nature, but so is Shedeur. Did you see how the team responded to him tonight? He left after 3 quarters and, 45-ish snaps, I think it was. It's a lot of snaps for a preseason game. But did you see how the team responded? He looked so comfortable. He made them comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
He has such great body language because his father is Deion Sanders, Neon Deion, Coach Prime is his father, his teacher, his coach from 5 years old up was Deion Sanders until now. That was the first game he's ever played without his father coaching him. And he looked effortlessly comfortable.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done.
He showed you the whole repertoire. He's got a deep bag. He can make all the throws.
He made a couple of really good professional throws.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done.
He showed you the whole repertoire. He's got a deep bag. He can make all the throws.
He made a couple of really good professional throws. Yes.
Remember, Shedeur got thrown into a fire with very few training camp reps. Certainly he got, I think, no first-team reps. So he starts the game with second and third teamers, and the first 2 series were against Carolina's starting defense.
Now, that first series, he did look kind of shaky. I ain't going to lie. But that second, he calmed down, actually started playing and having fun. He looked very poised, just like Skip Bayless said. He didn't look like a player that was drafted in the 5th round. And this was his first preseason game. He looks just as good as some of these veteran quarterbacks that's been in the league a little while that are starting some of these preseason games. But it is just the first preseason game. He is the son of the greatest cornerback to ever play the game. Deion ain't played in 30 years, and to me, he's still the best I ever seen at that position. One of the best athletes ever. So that might be where he got that poise from. He grew up in a house like that. He was raised on being a confident male. So that ain't going to shake him. He's going to let whatever happens in Cleveland, he's going to let The chips fall where they may. Now, whether he's a starter in Cleveland or he waits his contract out and go to another team and takes over that team, or he gets traded to a place where he actually get a real opportunity. If he don't get it in Cleveland, he still could win that starting job if he keeps playing like this. If he keeps playing like this in practice in September on Sundays, he might be the one at the helm.
Starting defense, and Shedeur winds up throwing a touchdown pass to Caden Davis, who's bounced around the league as a former undrafted free agent. He can run a little bit, but he throws a touchdown pass.
It was touch.
Dropped a dime between three defenders to Caden Davis for the first touchdown, and then he goes back later to Caden Davis on a blitz pickup by his back where Shedeur has to slide right, plant, throw, low laser. Doesn't have an arm. Did you see the low laser? Did you see the mustard on it? Did you see the velocity? Hitting Caden Davis right there, just above the turf. Touchdown number 2. Led him on another long drive in the third quarter for touchdown number 3. 21-7 it was when he left. He can win a lot of football games. He looked to me a lot like a number 1 overall pick tonight because that's what he should have been. It was the biggest disgrace in the history of the National Football League that somehow the sheep-think NFL wanted to teach Shedeur and in turn Dion a lesson for how he interviewed. I don't know, how he handled it, how he carried himself, that he was the highest paid NIL college player ever. He had a couple of luxury cars. He had the Rolls and whatever else he had. He had a Tesla, had the Tesla Cybertruck. Yeah, he earned it.
Right, he did earn it. Young, flashy, and confident. A lot of older people. A lot of them good old boy owners. They ain't like it. They ain't like it at all. But I'm not going to go any further into this video. You guys basically get the point, and you guys know how I feel. But I need to know how you guys feel. Don't forget to subscribe. Whether you like me or you hate me, subscribe anyway. We can have a good time arguing in the comment sections or whatever. If you looking for different sports opinions, because I don't think like everybody else, even though I think most people see that it was a sham that he got picked so low. So I guess this is pretty much what everybody else thinks. Well, scratch that. But subscribe here anyway. This is your boy, the Sports Dr. Spock, and I am gone for now. Peace.